Hi friends, welcome to this video. I decided to do a studio tour because I realized I haven't actually done a studio tour in this space since I moved in, and that was almost a year ago. I moved in last September and it's now almost the end of July and I kept putting it off because when I first moved in, the space was a lot of empty space. There wasn't a whole lot going on, and so I kept just saying, hey, I'll wait until I've done this thing or done this thing or this thing, and some of those things have happened and some of them have not. So I figured let's just do a studio tour and then next year we'll see where we're at, because I'm pretty sure I'll stay in this place for a few years because it's treating me well and I like it and the rent isn't bad. I don't have someone else filming for me, so we'll see how all the angles and stuff work. Yeah, hope you guys enjoy. So walking into this room, we have a little cat bed right here. My cats refuse to actually sleep inside of it, but they sleep on top of it. So I don't know what that's about, but that's where they hang out a lot of the time. Up above all of my bookshelves, I have pop figures. I used to have a lot more than I currently do, but I got rid of a bunch when I moved. This is just a scanner. I don't use it a whole lot now, but when I want to scan in originals like paintings or watercolor or marker or whatever, and then just some like random fixatives and stuff. This is kind of my shop area. I have tissue paper. I just have some random prints here. I want to get a like paper thing, like not a file cabinet, but like to put papers on. Do you know what I'm talking about? I don't know. So I have some business cards here, some like mailers, some tape for if I use one of these big mailers. But mostly I use these envelopes because I mostly send stickers, or I do this with like one of these little guys for keychains. And then I have all of my stickers in here in this little storage. And then these are also magnets. And I did have some keychains of this guy, but they are all sold out. And then I have some ornaments and stuff, but this is mostly for like Christmas. The rest of this bookshelf, because I recently cleaned, is basically empty. But that's good because it gives me some extra room to grow. This just has some like extra business cards and prints and stuff. Up on this side, I have some books. These books I have not read. This entire shelf I have not read. And then we have some like binders, and this is where I store all my sketchbooks and stuff. And each of these has different things in it. So these are all like my paint markers, so like Posca and stuff. These are all of my liners. Oh. And now it doesn't want to close. There we go. These are my Copic refills. These are just like random markers. Because I was getting Scrawlrbox for so long, I had a large supply of just like 2 or 3 random brand markers, so I just threw them all in one little drawer. And then these are all my gel pens, except the gel pens that I use on a daily basis in my planner. Those are all kept in a little pencil bag. These are some more liners, but I think in this one, I kept it mostly like Micron and Copic, and then 1 or 2 of these guys. And then these are like colored liners, and then we have like these brush pen ones. Just that one looks like it's leaking. And then I have all my Sharpies, which I don't use much, but it's kind of nice when people come over because we'll get out like red Solo cups and just like put a few markers out so people can mark which drink is theirs. That way we're not accidentally drinking out of each other's drinks. Down here, this just has colored pencils in it of various brands. All of my Prismacolor pencils I store in here. So I put all my colors down here. These are all repeat colors. So if I run out of a color here, I look in here. If I don't have it, then I can go buy the individual pencil at the store. I actually got some more bups and a bunch of yarn because I was knitting, and I kind of want to make some like punch needle rugs and stuff, but I haven't gotten around to doing that yet. I have this grid wall. It's going to be like a memo board sort of thing, because I want it to go up here, like one on each side, to put all these pictures up, because I think it'll look better than just putting them on the wall. And then I have this comfy little chair, which initially I got because I wanted to be able to have space in here to read. The problem is I have nowhere to put my feet, so I kind of want to get like a footrest, and also the cats lay on it a lot, so you can see there's a lot of cat fur in there. And then here we just have a lot of books. I have a whole section for manga and graphic novels and comic books. I have a Harry Potter section. I really like this section because it's just so aesthetic with like all of the black. And then I also have a Tolkien / C.S. Lewis shelf. Over here, I recently kind of like redid all this, but this is like my painting quarter. So I have this canvas, and this is a painting that I've been working on for a while, and it's just taking a really long time. But then I hung some stuff up here. So this is just like for random decoration. And this is a sketchbook for painting specifically that I got from Moleskine. These are all of my paintbrushes. Sorry if you can hear the neighbor opening his garage. And then I put all my paints on here, all the paints at least that have like somewhere to loop them through. And then I have a little easel. These paintbrushes are ones that came with the set. It was a Sibylline Moleskine collab, and these are the paints that came with it, and they fit perfectly in there. These are my watercolor sets, and then these just slide out like this. So that's some gouache, this is some acrylic, and this is more gouache. Over here I have the rest of my acrylic paints that don't have any way to hang them up, and then some jars that I've kind of just like use for paint. Like this is a pickle jar, this is a like spaghetti sauce jar. I'm not really sure what this one was from though. And another easel that like all this paint's kind of hard because I don't know, sometimes if you put saran wrap on top it'll help keep the paint a little bit longer, but only for like a day or two, and that's been there for at least a week. Then in here we have more painting stuff. So this is a gouache, and watercolor. And then I have all of my like water soluble markers and like these random things that are water soluble. I put all in there. And then I have my, what is this? Oil pastels. And then these are just some like random things. So scissors, a ton of highlighters. And then in here, even more just random bits and bobs, some erasers. There's a calculator. This is kind of like the junk drawer area. This is my actual desk, which right now isn't super exciting. If I'm in the middle of working on something, it'll usually be pretty packed and have stuff all over it. But this is kind of the one area in my house that I allow myself to make a creative mess because I can just close the door and not have to look at it. And I can keep things out that I'm currently working on so I can come back and not have to get everything out again, if that makes sense. When I was living in a studio before, I always had to clean up because I was always just staring at my mess, and I feel like this works better for me. Up here we have a little candle. This is some sage that I'm growing. And then we have rosemary, thyme, and basil, and I don't know what on earth is happening with this thyme, but it's like all over the place. This rosemary we actually use on some steak, and it was very good. And then we also have some lavender, which is growing like crazy, and it's starting to like become woody at the end, so it's like really well established now. I'm really happy with how they all turned out. I started them all from seed. Then I have this random cart. So next to here I have this hung up, and I just recently hung this up with the intention that I can draw on it, and I have some drawing supplies on here. So just like sketching and stuff like that if I want to do large format. And I have all my charcoal here, a bunch of washi tape, a bunch of pencil lead. I've had some of this lead since like high school, honestly. And then all of my pencils are in here. Down here, I have a bunch of just like random, these were things that I used for my planner a lot, but I changed to a different planner. And now I don't really use it much, but I figured I'd keep it. There's like a notepad in the back here, some like post-it notes, some stickers, and then I have sketchbooks, and then another drawer of just like random bits and bobs. I have a glue gun, a heat gun, some like little trash bags, and a hole punch. And then right next to it, I just ordered these, so I haven't had a chance to put them away. I'm using these for the con that I'm going to be doing, so I'm just going to be messing around with them to just figure out how I want to set them up. my closet is kind of a mess. So we have a guitar, we have some cosplay stuff, my guitar case, my violin. There's another easel up there, but it's not very sturdy. It's okay like for an art show or a convention, I guess, but it's not sturdy. And then I have my cash box. That's something I take to conventions just so I can give change to people. My portal boots from my cosplay. And then I have some paintings and stuff. And then this is just a whole mess of things that typically I take to conventions and stuff, so they all just kind of got thrown in a bin, but I need to go through it. And then down here I have like a little filing thing and then just other random convention stuff. And this is where I keep a majority of like my paper. So I have all my canvases here. I have a bunch of paper here and some like extra sketchbooks and notebooks and stuff. And then up here we have our Bob Ross pop. He keeps me company in this art room. And then this is a Monstera that I just got actually yesterday. My boyfriend's coworker gave it to him and he was like, you can have this. So I need to go out and get a pot to put that in. But it's really cool. Unfortunately, it is super toxic to cats, so it will be kept in this room because I usually keep this door shut. I just don't know where its permanent home is gonna be. Maybe it'll be there because the cats can't get to it. And that is my main concern, is that they would get into it, and I don't want them doing that. They chew on my other plants, so I wouldn't put it past them to chew on that. And then this was kind of where I did all my seed starting. I have this lamp up here and like my little water key and some rocks, and I put my little like starter pod things on here. And the rocks were just so if I overwatered, it had somewhere to drain into without just getting on the wood or on the floor. And that's the tour of my studio. I know that like it's still, I feel like it's bare, you know, like I watch a lot of other artists vlog their studios and stuff, and I feel like there's just so much stuff everywhere and on the wall. And to be fair, this is at a period of time where I just cleaned like last week because we had people over who hadn't been in this house, and so I knew that they were gonna want to see everything, so I cleaned so that it wouldn't be an absolute mess when they came over. So this is like kind of the calm before the storm. If I am in the middle of painting, there's usually paint everywhere on my table. Sometimes I'll like put stuff on my bookshelf, which probably isn't good because I don't want it on my books. But anyway, this is probably the cleanest. I just want to say that this is a clean studio after I cleaned it, and I haven't been doing a whole lot of work in here because I've been doing a lot of stuff digitally to prepare for the convention. It will probably get messy soon because I'm going to do a mock table setup and all of that stuff, and it's going to be an absolute nightmare. But a fun nightmare. Anyway, if you have any questions, let me know. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe if you've been watching some of my videos and you enjoy them. Sorry if I'm talking really fast. Love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.